Shalom. All praise to Yahawah, Bahashim, YAHAWASHI, YAHWAH, Kodash, Rakah. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone who rule well. And a sincere salutation to the author pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect. Coming at you with another lesson titled From Jerusalem Back to Jerusalem. And as we know, during 7 AD, we had to flee from Jerusalem, fleeing Roman persecution, and we had to flee into the mountains, okay, in Africa and different parts of the earth. So I titled this From Jerusalem Back to Jerusalem, because when the Most High sent his son YAHAWASHI back, he is going to deliver his elect from out of the four corners of the earth, from out of captivity, and bring us back into our own land, which is Israel, which is Jerusalem. So, first verse I'm going into is Luke chapter 21, verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. Okay, because of us going off from keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, the Most High Yahawah sent armies against Jerusalem. Okay, and they took it and they trod it down. They trod it down, destroyed the temple. So Judah, Benjamin, and Levi had to flee into the mountains in different parts of the earth, fleeing from Roman persecution. Verse 23, it says, but woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. Because you had women, okay, that was pregnant, and you had men and women that had babies, that had families, kids. So we said, woe to them, because that was a baggage, a load, trying to flee and have your kids at the same time. A lot of people stayed and got slaughtered. A lot of people got away and fled into the mountains in different parts of the earth. And it says, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Okay? That man of sin, the son of perdition, the Gentiles be fulfilled. Okay? And we had to go into captivity, Babylonian captivity, Greek captivity, Roman captivity, and North America captivity, all under the hand of the Edomites, ESAU, the Edomites. Okay, starting with Alexander the Great, what you call him, Alexander the Great. So we had to flee from Roman persecution. And this is Luke 21:24, and it says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive in all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So even though we got away, fleeing Roman persecution, okay, when we went into Africa, trying to mix among the heathen Hamites, the Canaanites, okay, all them Hamites, the descendants of Ham, because our skin complexion was close to theirs, so we was able to blend in. Okay, so we thought, but the Hamites wound up selling us to the Edomites. This is from Babylon to Timbuktu, page 84, and it reads, in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem in 70 AD. That's why I just read to you in Luke 21 and 20 when it said, when you see armies come round about Jerusalem, flee into the mountains. And that's what this is talking about. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state. Okay, they called Judah, Benjamin, and Levi the Jews with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people, talking about Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. Okay, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Now, we went into all captivities under all nations. Greece, Babylon, Rome, starting with Egypt, Egyptian captivity, the Grecian captivity, Babylonian captivity, Roman captivity, okay, and North America captivity, which is all under the hands of the Edomites, the Idumeans, the so-called white race. Fleeing from Roman persecution, trying to get away, but we really didn't get away because it was all doing of the Lord because us not following the law, statutes, and commandments. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Now, we never went into Egypt with ships. Okay, Joseph and his brothers walked into Egypt. So, what is this talking about? Egypt means bondage. And where did we go into bondage at? In North America, the US of A. Deuteronomy 28:68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way of whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more. Shall see what no more? The land of Israel, Jerusalem. And there you should be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And that word buy means redeem, to buy back. Because we were obviously sold to the enemy for bondmen and bondwomen. But that word there, when they say no one shall buy you, no one shall save you, no one shall redeem you, but the Lord sending his son YAHAWASHI back to save us. Okay, so this is Galatians chapter 4. Galatians 4 and 26. And it reads, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. Because that's where we come from, Jerusalem. That was our land. Okay? The Holy Land, Israel, Jerusalem, the Holy Land. Now this is Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. When the Lord sent his son YAHAWASHI back, okay, he raises his elect men up, he shall take us back to the promised land, to the Holy Land, Jerusalem, Israel. And he gonna get his men that Superman, that Thor, that Incredible Hulk power when he raises elect men up. This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. But the saints of the Most High, Yahweh, shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Okay, it said the saints gonna take the kingdom. Okay, on Yahawashi when he come back with those chariots and angels. He's gonna raise his saints up along with his angels and himself, and they are going to take the kingdom. This is Jeremiah chapter 16. I'm going to start at 14. And it reads, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, YAHAWAH, BAHASHIM, YAHAWASHI, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of the north. What north? The north country, North America, man. And from all the lands whether he had driven them, and I will bring them again in their land, which is Jerusalem, Israel, that I gave unto their fathers. Okay, so the Lord gonna take us back to Jerusalem, gonna take us back to Israel. That's why I titled this From Jerusalem Back to Jerusalem, because we had to flee from Jerusalem, fleeing Roman persecution. Okay, so this is Revelation 21 and verse 1, and it reads, this is John on the island of Patmos. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adored for her husband. Okay, John say, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven. Okay, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. The 12 tribes of Israel makes up Jerusalem. Okay, you got to get the understanding. Jerusalem is a people, and the people makes Jerusalem. The 12 tribes of Israel. Now, only the elect on this side and the great multitude is going to be the ones to get beamed up into the chariots. That's why John said he saw the New Jerusalem coming down out of heaven. But they was talking about the elect getting beamed down after that indignation of the Lord when he sent them ICBMs, them intercontinental ballistic missiles. Once they destroy everything in the chariots with that concentrated heat, them lasers. Okay, once they destroy everything with the angels, the missiles, and the chariots, he gonna beam his elect back down. Okay, that's why John said he saw a New Jerusalem coming down out of heaven. Now, a precept to that, he said he saw a New Jerusalem coming down out of heaven, talking about the chariots. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. Now, John said he saw New Jerusalem coming down from heaven. This say, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. The point is heaven. John said he saw New Jerusalem coming down from out of heaven. And this say, YAHAWASHI told them, come up hither, and they ascended up into a cloud. Okay? They ascended up to heaven in a cloud. Talking about the chariots. They was being up into the chariots. And then, Revelation 21, John said he saw New Jerusalem coming down. That's the elect men coming down out of the chariots back down on earth. Okay? To establish the new kingdom. That was representing the new kingdom. And who is the new kingdom for? The children of Israel. This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of the tribes of the children of Israel. Verse 9, Revelation 7, verse 9. And after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and peoples and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hand. Now, though the number of all those nations, kindreds, and peoples and tongues were all Israelites scattered in different nations that talk different languages, but they were of Israel. Okay, the elect. That's why this ain't talking about all heathens. It's talking about Israel. Only the 12 tribes of Israel scattered abroad. Now, This is Revelation 21, verse 12. And had a wall great and high, talking about the new kingdom, okay? The kingdom of heaven on earth. It had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Okay? It's talking about Israel. So this is from Jerusalem back to Jerusalem. But John said he saw a new Jerusalem coming down out of heaven. And Jerusalem is the people, the Israelites, the elect coming down out of chariots after the Lord cleansed this earth with that fire. When he cleansed the earth with that fire and re-established a new heaven on earth, okay, that was John seeing the Israelites coming down out the chariots, man. I'm going to read this again. Revelation 21 and 2. And now John saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adored for her husband. Okay? And this new Jerusalem shall be established when YAHAWASHI come back, man. Okay, when he cleansed the wickedness from this earth, okay, everything will be back to how it was 100 times better. Okay, we had to flee from Jerusalem, and YAHAWASHI going to take us back to Jerusalem. Okay, paradise, the Garden of Eden, in our holy land. Now going back to Luke 21, when I read, it say Luke 21:24, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword. That's talking about the 2/3. That's talking about the 2/3. And shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentile be fulfilled. Okay, everything had to come to pass. Okay, the son of perdition, the man of sin. Okay, the Gentile had to be established. Alexander the Greek, all the way to right now, man, to the wickedness of these elites. Okay, which is the owners of everything, the Rothschilds. You got other elite families, but the Rothschilds is the head family who control everything. The Rothschilds. So everything had to be revealed, and it has been revealed. But the New Jerusalem is finna be established soon. We had to flee from our land, Jerusalem, but we're finna go back to Jerusalem once again in righteousness, and all the wicked shall be destroyed. With that, I want to say, I hope someone will edify, because this is all about the elect, for the elect, and our praises to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Wahah, Kodash, Rakah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and a sincere salutation to the author, pushing his truth throughout the four winds of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom.